Alright, so today on the run, we're going to be switching it up a bit. We're just going to talk about the problems and the mistakes that I made yesterday, and the steps, and this morning, and the steps that I'm taking to work on them, fix them, and better my life. We went over the last 8 days, last 8 runs/walks. We went over, be careful, it's slippery. We went over the 8 problems that I have, that I'm working on and fixing myself, that I have been able to identify myself at this point in my life. As we go forward and I discover new problems, I'll bring that in, and then I will also be going over the problems that I talked about the last 8 days. And we're going to hear about these things quite often as I'm trying to work and fix on this stuff, and that's what this is about. So to jump into it, yesterday, after I'd woken up and done all my stuff, got my kid to school, I came home and I started cleaning up the house, and I started doing stuff, sweeping the floor even though it didn't need to be swept. Just little random stuff that just doesn't need to be done on a daily basis and did not need to be done yesterday.
Dad, can we have a little fire? Can we just go up there?
So as I continue to go forward and do this stuff, I find myself procrastinating in different areas, even though that it is going to make it a little nicer. But there are more important things to be doing than the nonsense, because you don't want to go do what you should be doing. So procrastination happened yesterday, and I caught myself after doing it for about 45 minutes. I ended up getting out pretty late, and it didn't make me feel the best about myself. And then on top of that, I've been riddled with anxiety, and that's because of stuff that's going to be happening throughout this week with the ex. Just certain stuff, surprises that I can't say right now because I've got my kid on the walk with me. But I have hope, and I'm thinking better about the situation, and my anxiety is getting lowered, and how anxiety had driven me to make more mistakes, text good morning in the morning, trying to just be a part of her life again and almost like force my way in. And it just made me feel worse, as I'm not healed. I'm not ready to be back into a relationship or start a new one. I got a lot that I'm trying to work on and figure out and fix myself. Let's pull your hood up. Let's pull your hood up. Brooklyn, can you pull your hood up? Yeah. Yeah.
The hat down. Keep getting the hat down.
There you go. And myself being riddled with anxiety is show that, I haven't had control over my emotional side. Come over here. Car coming. Oh, they're turning the other way.
Dad, my hat keeps going down.
There. Should be. And with the loss of emotional control, I end up doing things that I'm not ready to do, because there is something that I want, which is to reconnect with my ex and move forward down a better path and a better road and fall in love again, which brings me more hope and better thoughts in my head, and able to forgive myself a little bit more, able to forgive her a little bit more, and I'm getting out, hanging out with friends, reconnecting with other people and just doing better. So not wrapping myself up around one person, and putting all my time and effort, and then when I decided to not put my time and effort into it anymore, which was a while ago, unfortunately, feelings got the best of me. And I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anybody to talk to or hang out because I pushed everyone else away. And she didn't want to listen or hear my problems or help me fix them because it's not something that she should have to do. She should just, if anything, be there while I fix my problems and be happy when I do it. So, learning a lot, and in doing so with the high anxiety and everything like that, I ended up yelling at my kid for the first time in over a month. I ended up yelling at my dogs and just being disrespectful to myself and the people around me. Now I am doing better because I used to raise my voice multiple times a day. As once I raised my voice, everybody just stopped doing the stuff around. Everybody stopped doing the stuff that I didn't like. You did? Dang it, dude. I just gave you a bath, man.
He just peed on himself.
And so, like right there, instead of getting angry, instead of getting mad, instead of yelling, took a deep breath, saying, come on, and just walking forward, going on. So these are the things that I'm doing. These are the problems that I have. Let's go across the street. Come on. Crossing the street. We don't want to walk. We don't want to walk slow. Roll your hat back up. Your hat's rolling down. Roll your hat back up. Come here. Come here, dude. You can't stand in the middle of the road. You okay? Atlas, come on, man. You just made me knock her over. Hey, we can't stand in the middle of the road, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna get you run over. You don't want to get run over.
That took me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Atlas had me all tangled up and then started jerking on me.
Huh?
Atlas had me all tangled up and started jerking on me, and I ended up letting you go. Problem that I had this morning. What, baby?
Dad, walk inside with me. Dad, walk inside.
And so yesterday I ended up going out and hanging out with a buddy and just talking, and not about relationship stuff, not about anything else, and just getting my mind off of everything that's been going on. And I haven't really had that yet. And it was a really nice feeling to just not think about everything that I'm going through and just to take a break. So a mistake that I've been making is just full front trying to fix and heal myself. And it ended up having me, well, I'm full of anxiety, and then I'm not taking a break or hanging out with other people and not getting my mind off of everything. It just ended up having me break down. I cried for over 2 hours yesterday. I didn't know what to do or what to think. And so I let my feelings get the best of me. I created different types of boundaries. I ended up saying too much. And before I sent it, I was able to calm myself down. I was able to hold the mistake back and to not do it. And sometimes maybe that's what you got to do, is write it all out and read it. And if it's not you, delete it. Laugh about it. Don't beat yourself up, because that's what I did. I beat myself up, and it ended up making me cry. It ended up making me do things that I didn't want to do, even if I didn't complete the step, to make myself completely miserable. Which the thing was, is that I was just writing her a message to tell her you know, how much I want to be with her, how much, you know, I miss our time together. And are you okay? Here, let's get off the ice, baby. Man, I know you heard me. Because one of these times it's not just going to be I fell. You might actually hurt yourself. It's a pretty nice day, huh?
Can we go back home?
Yeah, we're heading right back around. But that was to, you know, tell her a bunch of stuff and everything else, and, you know, my feelings and all that. And instead of letting myself get to that point, send that message, to leave myself open to getting hurt, to falling backwards, to not respecting myself or my boundaries, to not healing myself and figuring it all out. Because as soon as I start letting her in, and don't get me wrong, the conversations have been great. We're planning on doing stuff with the kid. She has said, you know, wonderful things to me, making me feel like there's still hope and there might actually still be a chance that we can reconnect, which is what gives me a lot of hope for today when she comes to walk the dog. A lot of hope for tomorrow when we're gonna go see a show with our kid. Come on, we'll go to the other side. And just thinking better thoughts, not thinking about somebody trying to hurt me or somebody trying to go out and do stuff, and just believing what I'm actually told by the person that I should be trusting. Be careful, Brooklyn. Dang, dude. And so instead of just overthinking the stuff, I have started to, what you would say, self-meditate in the moment. So anytime that I start thinking these problems and these mistakes, I take and I say the stuff that I've been told, the real stuff. And then I don't expand on the thought. I just repeat that stuff in my head until another thought comes through. So that way I am no longer thinking about that. And then once I have a different thought in my head, one that I enjoy as I watch all these thoughts pass through, one that I see hope in, we're heading home, Sweet Pea. Do you think we're just going to stand out here and walk all day? Is this what we're going to do the rest of the day? I told you we're heading home 3 times now. Do you understand that we're heading home? Okay. And the meditation definitely helps, and it's really more of a self-reflection on your thoughts. It's more of not letting yourself continue down the thought of she's seeing somebody else, or she's not in love with you, or and I gotta make sure that my kid's not paying attention when I say this stuff. And just it's too hard to snow, but maybe when it gets a little warmer out, we'll be able to. And if this is what she's telling me, then that's what I need to think and believe, and nothing else. But I also, you know, have hope of reconnecting and refalling in love, because it's never out of the question. And that, of course, drives anxiety. But as long as you think good thoughts, when the time comes, if she doesn't ask me to go, well, that's gonna be okay. Like, I have hopes that she will, but if she doesn't, does that mean that my whole day is ruined? Does that mean that that moment is even bad? Because it might not be time for her to start reconnecting because she's scared that once we get back into the relationship, it'll just go back to the same way it was, which is exactly how I'm feeling and thinking, because that's not what I want. If I go back into a relationship, I want to take it slow. I want to... Come on. Stop smelling other dogs' poop. Come on, Atlas. And it's too soon. Like, taking it slow and going for a walk and having a conversation about stuff that doesn't revolve around us or our relationship is the next step. It's not getting back together. Hey, there's a car coming. Let's go. Go, go, go. Come on. Please. Thank you. That's a big girl. It was, but it turned. But we still need to walk fast across the road. We don't take our time. We don't lollygag. It's a busy road. There's cars that come all the time.
We're almost home.
We are. I told you. We are almost home. And so, with anxiety, self-reflect and meditate, and it'll help. Think good thoughts. Now you're going to think a lot of thoughts. So, maybe focus on the good ones and bring that out. And if the good stuff doesn't happen, that doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's not time. It just means that it's not with the right person. It just means that it's many, many different things, and that's going to be okay, because eventually there will be a time where you are going to take the dog for a walk with somebody. And, I hope that person is the one that I love, the one that I call my person, and in my phone is my true love. And I have to be able to have my boundaries so that way I don't lose control, because I don't want to yell at my kid ever again. And I'm not saying that is going to be super easy, because I was raised with yelling and screaming. I was always taught that if you speak loudly... We're almost home. You take it off soon. Speak super loudly to each other, over each other, and always trying to be right. And until somebody else is crying and stops talking. That's how I was raised. That's what we would do in our household. Abandoned when I was a kid, not feeling loved and unwanted. All that stuff comes into adulthood. And that stuff you're going to portray on other people. I don't want to portray that on the people that I care about, like my kid. I don't want to yell at my kid. When she's having a bad time and she's kicking and screaming because she doesn't want to leave the store, to yell at your kid might get them to stop yelling and screaming, but all they're going to learn is that you don't care about how they feel. You don't care that they want to do extra stuff and be more around you and have more fun and everything else. That's what they're going to look at. They're not going to see, we got to leave the store and my dad needs us to leave the store. That they're not seeing that. They just want to have fun. They want to be around you. They want to have you fucking love them. They don't want to be screamed and yelled at. So, same with the dogs. I've gotten a lot better. But I'd still get very angry over my dogs. And especially these last 3 days I've been riddled with anxiety due to me lowering my boundaries and letting somebody else in. Talking about stuff that you talk about in a relationship with your girlfriend. And she left and she had asked questions and everything else, and I gave in. And when I gave in, it seemed to bring us closer, which made me happier, but scared. Because I don't want to go back to screaming and yelling and just being put down at a constant and not accepted for who I am. And I know that I don't want to treat her like that, because that's how I treated her. time. So, work on your problems. A mistake is a mistake, but it's not the end of your life. It's not the end of the moment. It's not the end of anything. All it is something that you need to pay attention to, and you need to learn from, and you need to grow, and you need to keep up with your actions and understand who you are, because the only thing that you can control in this world is you and yourself. And so think good thoughts and your anxiety goes lower. I've noticed that as I woke up this morning. I woke up scared, didn't know what to do, didn't know what to think, and all I did was tell myself today's going to be a good day. We're going to have a good conversation, and we're going to move forward from here. Instead of sitting here saying, oh, I'm so worried, I really hope everything goes good, I really hope that the stuff that gets talked about is what needs to be talked about, or I hope that we reconnect, or I hope that everything just comes back to normal, and yada yada. And those are all thoughts that are just going to drive you crazy, when really you should just be saying, I hope that I can control my actions, and I'm going to do so. And then you repeat the stuff in your head. Say, like this morning, what I said is, today's going to be a good day and we're going to have a good convo. Today's going to be a good day and we're going to have a good convo. And I repeated that in my head until I didn't have any other type of thought other than, it's going to be a good day and we're going to have a good convo. And not just any other thought, but any other thought beyond in that scenario, in that position. Because I don't know what the future is going to hold, and there's no reason to throw everything towards something that you have no idea what's going to happen. So you control you control your actions, and your actions will speak to the person that you actually are, and who you are, and the things that you're actually going to do, versus just saying the stuff and then expecting the worst. So my anxiety is a lot lower, even though I did get riddled this morning. But saying good things and understanding the position you're in is the way that you can help yourself through the tough moments, even if you want it to be the best that it can be. The only thing that you can control is what you do. Use logic. Take all of the feelings that you are feeling, not just the forefront one, in that moment. Be yourself and be better. Don't fall back to habits that other people have set on you. Don't let your childhood control what you do today. And on the run, we work to fix our problems. We run to work on our problems, and we don't run to run from our problems.